Harry's wife, 104.38. Duchess goes to Duchess. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. What did some of you do in the last 24 hours? You probably went to work, looked after children, maybe popped out to the cinema, grabbed a bite to eat, cleaned your car, went for a run, looked at the ceiling in your bedroom and thought, I really should get around to fixing that crack. Maybe engaged in a bit of the old jiggery-pokery in and out with somebody that you love. Maybe you engaged in some of the jiggery-pokery in and out with someone that you despise, but nevertheless felt that a grudge fuck was appropriate. Lots of different combinations of things that you undoubtedly have done in the last 24 hours. The odd thing is, I haven't read any of it. Why? Because your low-key behaviour, you keep low-key. Some of you listening may actually be people of prominence, quite important, perhaps even well known. But the point is, there are certain things that you do that you keep low-key, and therefore they remain low-key. You don't feel a need to tell the wider world about it. But when it comes to the narcissist, the term low-key doesn't really exist. What it means is, hey, look, I'm doing something private, but I'm letting you see it too because, guess what? I'm so relatable. And as always, we can be guaranteed that when it comes to Harry's wife doing something supposedly low-key, like appearing as an escaped Jawa and doing some shopping in Monty Shit Show, or wandering down to an artisan bakery to purchase some organic and authentic food produce, surprisingly enough, she always happens to be photographed. As I pointed out before, Monty Shit Show is an enclave where the famous live quietly, and there's an understanding with the paps that essentially, don't come here, we don't want to be photographed, and actually, there's no point you doing so, because your chances of seeing us out and about are pretty slim. We're not going to tell you where we are, but we will do, and we'll allow you to photograph us when we're in Los Angeles and other places, but here's off limits. But isn't it strange that in a place that's such a distance away from where the paparazzi are based, that Harry's wife repeatedly finds herself photographed when she pops down the shops? Whoa, gosh, those paparazzi must have such powers that they've got sixth senses to detect that she's leaving the house. Quick, scramble, scramble, boys. Let's go and photograph the Duchess of Industrial Beige. Or, of course, more likely, she tells them. And this continues, of course, with her almost unquenchable thirst for attention and publicity, which manifests, of course, as the assertion of control and the receipt of fuel, as once again we learn that doing something low-key, she just happens to be spotted at doing it. We turn to the Express, and with an article by Dylan Donnelly, which tells us, Harry's wife and Harry spotted on very low-key California date night. Just the two of them. Cue singing. Harry's wife and Prince Harry have been spotted on a very low-key date night in California at an establishment with a fitting name. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex visited the Duchess. Ho, 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 ho. A bakery, cafe and restaurant located in Ojai. Sources revealed the couple went under the radar during their impromptu evening out. The Duchess is open daily for breakfast and lunch from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. It is around a 40-minute drive from Monty Shit Show, Santa Barbara, where Harry and Harry's wife live, with their two children, Archie, 3, and Lilibet, 1. An onlooker told, "Hello!" They came in, just the two of them, and it was very impromptu. No reservations. Very low-key. They loved the food. The naans are made in-house. They take 2 days to make from scratch. Fuck me, they must be big. In an imported tandoori oven. The chef even makes his own ghee. Everyone said they were really great, and they had a very pleasant time. The Duchess dinner comes a month after the Sussexes were spotted on another date night, also in their home state of California. On October the 7th, pictures emerged of the couple at a concert in the Santa Barbara Bowl, featuring singers Jack Johnson and Paula Fuga. They were pictured backstage, smiling casual attire with Ms. Fugger. Harry's wife, 41, was also pictured shopping in Montecito a fortnight ago, where she enjoyed lunch out with a friend. Now, it doesn't say specifically when this date took place, but it does seem to be the case that this rather calls into question those that are commenting that Prince Harry's currently in Lisbon with Eugenie if he's been spotted on a date night, unless, of course, they sent out body doubles. Page 6 also covers this. In an article by Nikki Cox and Nikki Ghostin, they write, Harry's wife and Prince Harry were finally able to sneak away from their two tots for a low-key date night. The pair dined at the duly named restaurant, the Duchess, recently, and an insider told Page 6 they were incredibly pleasant and really polite to the staff throughout the evening. Oh, well done. Why not purchase another award for being incredibly pleasant and really polite to the staff, which is what most people do as a matter of course. But for you, it has to be reported on. We all have to know, Harry's wife, that you were incredibly pleasant and really polite to the staff. Why can you not just go out and enjoy your meal and not have it reported on? We know the answer to that. It's this. Everything you do has to be reported on because you have to live your life in this way in order to assert control over people and draw fuel. The article continues. Harry, 38, and Harry's wife, 41, chose to stay under the radar. Well, they haven't, have they? Because it's splashed throughout various newspapers online. With our source saying, you would never have noticed the royal couple were even at the Ojai, California hotspot. Well, you would, because they were. No one approached them, and if people recognised them, no one showed it, the insider told us, emphasising that the pair were lovely guests. I suppose everybody else in the restaurant were lovely guests, but why aren't they getting a mention? Although the Duke and Duchess of Sussex didn't have a reservation, and it was the first time they've been there, they were quickly seated. They went on to share half a tandoori chicken, one wonders whether it was roasted, before heading home to son Archie 3 and daughter Lilibet 1, who, once again, had been left with the nannies. Then it bangs on about what she had to say in the Arsey Wipes thing about him being a good husband, etc., which we've reported on before, and that's boring. What do people say below the line at page 6 about this earth-shattering revelation? Argara 2000 states, Harry thinks low-key is a Chinese dish with egg noodles. Say what reports? Good grief, under the radar, but still managed to get their narcissistic selves in a photo and online media mention. Duchess going to the Duchess restaurant, real under the radar. Tim, they get applauded for acting normal. Good Lord, help us. NYC Terper for you. This woman does nothing unplanned without the paps in tow. Her narcissistic look-at-me persona will grow old real quick with the prince. Give it a max of 5 years before he wakes up and says, what have I done? May White. So he helps get the baby downstairs. Who's he helping? The nanny, of course. She's up all night, then makes breakfast for the three of them. Get over yourself, Harry's wife, and do some good with the money you're living on from the royal family. Eli J. Did her entourage demand a private room because the restaurant is named after her? BJ Tulips. In other news, it rained in Los Angeles today and the ground became wet. Tim. The article gushes on about the staff, saying how low-key and normal they were. Well, tell them thanks for not jumping on top of their table and pulling their pants down and urinating on the tableware. Kenny Hawke. Why is this nonsense newsworthy? Jack Harper. That is just so wonderful. My heart is going to explode. I suspect that is sarcasm. And back to the Daily Express we go and find out what's being commented below the line there in relation to yet more hypocrisy about we want to live our lives privately, but lo and behold, we'll tell you where to find us and you can photograph us being authentic and relatable and low-key. Yes, no surprise whatsoever of engaging in this behaviour. And below the line, the comments are positivity. Sources share details of their date with hello and reveal the couple went under the radar during their evening out, all pre-planned and staged. Carla, Harry's wife doing her own PR, it's about her level. Aquamarine, pathetic Harry's wife, self-PR. Tam the Scot, What? No security, crowd control, bulletproof glass or a Netflix camera crew filming every bite? I am surprised. Mama X2. They love the food. The naans are made in-house. They take 2 days to make from scratch in an imported tandoori oven. OMG, who writes this rubbish? Just Googled making naan bread and it takes about 45 minutes from start to eating. Britannia. Of course it was just the two of them. It's not like they have any kids to take with them. Two lame ducks starting to fade into obscurity. Bugbear 2. Someone spotted them on a low-key date and rang Hello Magazine. You have to be kidding me. No one spotted them. Nothing more than a PR stunt to try and sweep her reputation of being a demanding diva in public under the gilded royal carpet. No one is going to be fooled by their latest stunt. We all know about her handler demanding a private table even before she got married. We all know about her wanting to be seated in the middle of a dining room so she can be seen and then gatecrash whoever is having a party and get yet another stranger reported to the media. They are not kidding anyone. This is probably because they realise demanding rude celebs go down like a brick with the public when they get found out. James Corden, arsehole, springs to mind. You having a laugh? Yes, it explains why Corden, arsehole, was friends with them. Carla, everyone talking about H doing a runner. He has, in my humble opinion. This is to sedate the rumours. Coronation is the goal to get them there first, then split publicly, in my opinion. Hilda, how can it be called a date night when two people live together all the time? Surely it's just a couple going out for a meal. Yeppers for peppers. No family outing spotted, though. Trips to the beach, polo, shopping, restaurants, sightseeing. Supposedly have 2 children, yet not even one random shot of either or both together, a la William and Catherine, who have a measured and fair approach to sharing their children with the public. Oak. Alone dinner date, so she informs Hello Magazine. For people wanting a quiet life, they are obsessed with the media. They are alone because no one wants to be with them. No family, no friends, just 2 isolated people, brought on by themselves. Katie, of course it is just the 2 of them. No one wants to be around the ginge and whinge couple. My opinion, what happened to the Netflix crew? Surely they would have wanted exclusive coverage of Harry's wife having an intimate night out on her own. You're having a laugh. I agree, not many sugars on here defending them either. And on it goes. Nobody convinced. And as usual, these attempts through a PR puff piece, which may well be done to nullify the threat to control posed by the suggestion that Harry has legged it and is in Lisbon. And who knows, maybe they didn't go out for a dinner date. Or if they did, as usual, something that's meant to be low-key isn't low-key at all and is leaked to the paps, again, for the purpose of the assertion of control and the drawing of fuel and the management of the facade. You can see by the comments from both Daily Express and Page 6, and I doubt it's any different anywhere else, that people see through it, and that her repeated attempts to try and con people into believing that this is just them having a nice night out together and wasn't anybody being forewarned about that appearance, people see straight through it. They don't accept it. And it shows the declining nature of her popularity and the downward spiral that she's on, that people just automatically see it for what it is. Others might say that's unduly cynical, but it's not. She's put herself in this position, and it's nothing to do with the colour of her skin and everything to do with her behaviour. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.